cares about the people? We're not violating your rights. Come on into the water, it's warm. No, it's not a boiling pot or anything. New World Order cares a lot about you.
You know, I can actually try to communicate, have my outreach to like NPR listeners, those types that are under a trance. You heard Joseph Farah earlier point out that the NSA director, when he was countering black hat hackers at an event trying to recruit them, he's like,
no, we don't violate Constitution. It's free.
And they go, we want freedom.
It's freedom what we do. We don't spy on anybody. We don't lie either.
And I guess that only works on the public that's already been put in a medical trance. It's on record. A lot of the public is like sleepwalking from the flicker rate in the TV, and it's all,
yeah. The vaccines have never hurt anybody. It's a conspiracy theory.
Let's play a clip of the general again. Here it is.
Stopping terrorism is one of the most important things.
One of the most important.
Exactly.
Think of freedom. Exactly. We are here from here. It's almost like, how do we?
Because
we have come to your planet to stick our hands in your pants.
Not that.
We have come to your planet. We are control freaks.
But I think what you're saying...
Feels like a love boat captain in that outfit. I mean, what the hell? The guy's a complete criminal. Captain Scooby. Get out of my life, you scumbag rat.
What tools should we have?
The counter to you is the war girl. That's the opposite of awaken America. Awaken worldwide to the toilet agenda trying to run your life. Hello.
Thank you for that.
Go back to sleep now. Go to sleep by your pod. When you awaken, there will be no more pain. We are colonizing your planet. I mean, I think they might be aliens. I think David Icke might be right. That's so freaky.
Help build the resistance.
Yeah, fight.
Now, malaria is, of course, transmitted by mosquitoes. I brought some here so you could experience this. We'll let those roam around the auditorium a little bit. There. There's no reason only poor people should have the experience.
But at the end of the day, if we don't get it done the way the administration's working on it now, which I totally agree with, then we ought to take them out.
Secretary Clinton.
Well, we're working hard. We're working hard.
I said at the end of the day. The end of the day may be next year. It will be next year.
Yeah, no,
I'm waiting.
Look. I think the president has been very, very clear on this.
A new world order.
He has always said all options are on the table, and he means it.
They're having troubles now. The sanctions are not complete yet. We want to squeeze them down more, but they're having an effect.
And then, frankly, there are those who are saying the best thing that could happen to us is be attacked by somebody. Just bring it on, because that would unify us. It would legitimize the regime. An argument is made constantly on the hard line side of the government that, we're not going to give anything up, and in fact, we're going to provoke an attack, because then we will be in power for as long as anyone can imagine.
We help build a resistance.
You have to fight.
So it is Ragged Edge Radio broadcast. Glad you're here tonight. This is Russ Dizdar. Glad you're here for this broadcast tonight, because today is an incredible day of news that has just occurred. One of those is the drug cartels slaughtering a family, including the children. And the children... And you see this connection we've been talking about when it comes down to the drug cartels using demon worship, Santa Muerte, and the Saint of Death, and you see that everywhere. But I'm looking in front of me, unprecedented spiritual warfare in Mexico.
from this moment on.
Did you think you could outmaneuver me? Now my eggs need nourishment. Just be sure not to ask anything that would paint us in a negative light.
Excuse me?
Don't ask any questions that would portray us negatively. Ask ones like you did when we first met.
Oh, I think there's a mistake. I'm a journalist. It's my job to ask questions, even if they make the other person uncomfortable.
That was not my understanding. Standing by to go to air.
Afraid I don't have a choice.
This interview is now canceled.
Whoa, hang on. Look, this is just how it's done. I swear I'll be fair.
You'll need to be more than fair if you want to proceed. 2 minutes to air. We can't be seen in a negative light. This interview would elevate your career, wouldn't it, Mr. Decker? Don't you want to elevate your career? We help build a resistance.
You have to fight.
Listen, Mike, we're gonna get you out of here.
You what?
It's very dangerous, but not more dangerous than what would happen if you stayed.
You just tried to talk her into converting me and you expect me to believe you?
It's fine time, you idiot. I'm sorry, Mike. Look, some of us, a very few of us, just don't believe in what our leader's doing.
Take your shoes off. Your shoes, hurry. Martin couldn't make it, so you'll have to wear my uniform.
Oh, lots of luck. I'll never be
It'll
able to.
stretch enough to fit.
She don't look like an iguana.
What?
Bad taste. Why are you and Martin doing this?
Because it's right.
How many more of you are there?
Not enough. Not nearly, and there's going to be one less if you don't hurry.
No, you were ready to walk away. What hope do we have? There is hope. But they are animals. No. Not all of them. I was wrong to walk away from this, Georgie. You were right to fight. There's others out there like me. Other traitors, deserters. We'll help.
In the mystery schools, they refer to this mystical time of coming out of the age of innocence as the Luciferian philosophy. I've tried to illuminate you with this for years on my radio broadcast. In the Bible or in the church, they talk about the fall of man. Same thing. There's only one difference between the Luciferian philosophy and the fall of man, is that those who talk about the fall of man believe in God, whether or not they believe in a Savior. They believe in God. The ones who believe in the Luciferian philosophy do not. Now here's how that works. In the Bible we're told that Eve was tempted by Satan to eat of the fruit of the tree of knowledge of good and evil. God had commanded Adam and Eve not to eat of the fruit of that tree. If you do, ye will surely die. Isn't that the commandment? Lucifer told Eve, God lied to you. He's holding back the fact that you too can become God. But first you have to eat of the fruit of this tree. And if you do, you will surely not die, but shall become as gods. Isn't that true? So, from the religious aspect, we see that as the fall of man because man disobeyed God. The mysteries, on the other hand, look at this in a different light. Here's their story. It's a metaphor. They don't believe that there ever was a God, or that there ever is a God, aside from man himself. And man has not reached that state yet, but can, and this is what they teach in the lodges, that if you perfect yourself as the temple of the God within and become Christed, we've all heard this in the New Age movement, you too can become God. In her movie, running on the beach, spinning around, I am God. Go ask her early in the morning when she just wakes up and goes and sits in front of the mirror and looks at her aging face and tries to cover it up with makeup if she's God. She may tell you a different story about that time. Around noon, she might be feeling better and become God again. But this is the reality of the human condition. We'd all love to be gods, wouldn't we? My question to Shirley MacLaine at one time was, please, Shirley, could you make me a universe? She sort of looked at me with this hurt look on her face as she confronted her mortality and realized that she was not God because she could not make me a universe. She couldn't even make herself a universe. She can't even make herself look young again. She's having a hard time paying some of her debts. God doesn't have that problem, does he? And in her case, she. Here's the way they look at it. Here's their metaphor for the end of innocence. Adam and Eve were held prisoner in the Garden of Eden by an unjust, cruel, and vindictive God. Until Lucifer set man free from this garden by giving him the gift of intellect. Through the use of intellect, man will conquer the earth, will conquer nature, and will himself become God. It's taught in every Masonic temple in this land. Every secret brotherhood, every secret society, every mystical temple, every occult organization teaches the Luciferian philosophy. They do not believe in Lucifer. They do not believe in any entity called a devil, and they do not believe in God. It is a mistake for you to assume that they do. They are atheists in the strictest sense of the word. They are humanists. That's their religion. At the highest level, their goal is to create a world in which the adepts, the 1,000 points of light, working behind the veil to create the culmination of the great plan, can realize the ultimate happiness for mankind. That's why they don't oppose pornography. That's why they don't oppose certain crimes. That's why they say you should not be put in jail for the rest of your life for murder or anything else. There should be no death penalty, because it was a learning experience. And having gone through that learning experience, you're a better person now. This is what they teach. Who brought man the gift of fire? Prometheus. Who was Prometheus? Lucifer. What was the gift of fire? Knowledge, intellect. Hasn't man created industry, culture, society, science from the use of one solitary thing? Fire. Without fire, none of it would have occurred. None of it. Nothing. There would be no society without fire. That's how it's represented in the ancient myths and in the mysteries.